This is how to dump a friend in 10 seconds or less.
You are not my friend.
Am I wrong for being hurt that my best friend doesn't want me at her wedding? Well, it depends on what you did, bestie. I'm just kidding. Let's see what you said. For context, love a little context. My best friend, 25 female, and I, 25 female, have been best friends for over 10 years. I will refer to her as BFF for this story. Her and I have also been good friends with another woman, C, for several years now. About 2 years ago, BFF and C became roommates, and I ended up moving out of state about 6 months later for work. BFF and C naturally became closer, and BFF got really close to C's family who live nearby. Over the course of that time, I felt left out on more than one occasion by both of them, and BFF's fiancé, who I am also friends with. In particular, I felt that my efforts have not been appreciated or reciprocated by BFF. I admit that I should have been more direct in how I've been feeling before it got to this point, but the most recent issue has been my breaking point. BFF is getting married to her fiancé, who was a mutual friend before they got together, in a courthouse wedding at the beginning of 2026. They will have their reception later that year. Originally, BFF said that the courthouse wedding was just going to be her, fiancé, and each of their parents. I have no issues with that. However, that's not what's actually happening. Let me guess. C is invited and not you? A couple of months ago, I had asked if my husband and I could fly to celebrate with them that weekend in a small way, which she had offered to do for me when my husband and I had thought about doing a courthouse wedding. I thought she said she would love for us to come. I guess there was some sort of miscommunication because she thought I meant I would visit a week or two after the wedding. She told me it wouldn't work having us come that weekend. I suggested some alternatives for visits and mentioned I would be hurt if C's family ended up being involved in the celebration. Noted. I'll admit, I was not very direct with my comment, but I wasn't sure how else to bring up the topic of feeling left out over the past couple of years. Looking back, I wish I had worded it differently. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. I wish you had said something like, is there anyone else going to the ceremony? Like, let her kind of answer the question, you know, rather than being like, well, I'm gonna be mad if she's gonna be there, you know? Don't love it, but you know that you should have worded it differently. So at first, she completely ignored my message. I texted her again the next morning, to which she finally replied. She basically blew up at me, calling me selfish, saying that they can do their wedding however they see fit, which I agree with to a point. I don't understand why she reacted the way she did and proceeded to explain and clarify that it wasn't just about the wedding, that her behavior has repeatedly hurt my feelings. Again, crickets. Here's the thing. I think you're totally valid in feeling left out, but the fact of the matter is that people have, you know, it's clear to me that you guys have drifted a little bit, and it is not appropriate, I would think, to bring it up right now. I will say again, you're valid, your feelings are valid, but it's her wedding, and I understand that she's doing stuff that's hurting your feelings, but again, it's like, it kind of is what it is. Maybe she has another reason, or maybe you guys have drifted and, you know, she's closer to somebody else. You don't know why, but again, it's like, it's not really about you anymore.
That's what it is.
At least in this case, you know, like, let her get married, let her make her own decisions. And it might mean the end of your friendship, but I'm just saying, I don't think that you should have brought it up. I texted C to clear the air with her, as I've also felt hurt by her. That conversation was much more productive, and I feel like we were on good terms. During that convo, she mentioned she had been asked by BFF and fiancé to officiate their wedding. This completely broke me. I feel like I was punched in the gut and stabbed in the back at the same time. It's not that BFF only wants parents there, she just doesn't want me there for whatever reason. BFF and I have been through so much together, and I never would have done something like this to her. I thought we were like sisters, but I guess she no longer cares about me like I do her. So Reddit, am I in the wrong? Have any of you dealt with similar situations? I'm very fragile, so please be kind, and any advice is greatly appreciated. I included screenshots with names blurred out for privacy. Okay, so we do have texts. We're gonna get to them in a second. Okay, I think both things can be true. I think it's entirely possible that she felt closer to C and that she cares about you. It's not like she's having, like, at least based on what you shared, it's not like she's having this massive wedding and didn't invite you. You said yourself that you guys have kind of drifted. You know, this reminds me of a story of a friend of mine who's getting married soon. This girl was so unbelievably excited to get engaged. Like, this girl was like, our mutual friend is her fiance, and we were all just like, do it! She's great! Just propose, honestly. It's like pulling teeth. He's just a very aloof guy. Anyways, he finally proposed to her over the trip to Italy, same trip, you know, with like my wedding and stuff like that. He finally proposed to her. And in Lake Como, it was so beautiful. She said yes, obviously. And, you know, the first thing you do when you get engaged is you pick up the phone and then you call either your parents or, you know, your best friends. She calls her best friend and she's telling her best friend that she's engaged and, you know, she's so excited. But best friend is also with another friend of hers who is then upset that my friend did not call her first to tell her that she got engaged. This resulted in, like, I'm sorry, but like when someone is like just getting engaged or like they're leading up to their wedding and you're like coming up to them with like this weird like, but I thought we were friends. Like, you know, it's just your feelings are valid, but like you're taking away from the happiness of this person's moment. Unfortunately, with the case of my friend, she's not having friends at her wedding. She has decided to do a destination wedding. And because of this whole issue with like the best friend competition, she's like, I'm not inviting my friends to my wedding. Like that's how hurtful it is to some people when people just kind of like pull and like, you know, they just, well, I thought we were besties. No, I was your best friend. No, like, come on, okay? Like, just please, like, let people have their moments, and it is what it is, you know?
Get over it.
Anyways, that's how I feel about it, but let's read the text messages and see what happened. So OP said, I'd rather come visit than during a better time of year, or even help subsidize the three of you coming out here. I knew I would be hurt seeing pictures of that weekend after the fact, with blank also involved celebrating with you both when it was supposed to be just you and your parents. Did something happen to you yesterday? If not, it's pretty creepy that you didn't respond. Yeah, like, okay, I just don't love this. I don't love it. I'm just saying. You can say whatever you want to say. You can, you know, make your feelings known to your friend, but like, when I'm about to get married, the last thing I want to hear is like, I thought we were friends. Like, when literally it's just, I'm just saying. You trying to show up on the weekend of my wedding when I've clearly expressed to you why that doesn't work is very inconsiderate, and then finally exposing how you'll be the one hurt. Possibly seeing photos from my wedding is selfish. This isn't about you. It's not about anyone else. It's about my husband and I. It's our wedding. We get to be selfish. If we want parents there, then that's what we want. The friends aren't just random people we're inviting, and blank have been nothing but welcoming and treating husband and I like their son and daughter. They are our parents. Maybe me not responding was creepy, but what you've been trying to do is worse. If you decide to come visit us in a couple of weeks after the wedding to celebrate, I will be more than happy to see you guys. If you don't want to at all, I understand. This topic isn't up for discussion. I no longer want to talk about this anymore. Okay, one last text. It's not just about the wedding. I agree. It's your wedding, your choice. That part I understand. I feel like you're not understanding what I'm trying to get at. I'm simply trying to express that I have felt left out by all three of you, but especially by you on more than one occasion over the last 1.5 to 2 years. Okay, and you're valid for feeling that way, but bringing it up right now is not appropriate. It's not fair to her. And I understand it's not fair to you. The whole thing's not fair to you, but like, my guy, like, I'm not good at confrontation, so I haven't been bringing it up directly, and that's on me. Yeah, you had plenty of opportunities to bring it up. You're choosing her, like, literally right before she's getting married to do it. I can speak from experience that she has a million other things to worry about right now. I should have said something a lot sooner. It feels like you only want me around when it's 100% convenient for you or 100% what you want to do. I understand that they're not random people and your relationship with them doesn't inherently bother me. What bothers me is how I'm no longer seeming to be a priority, or that my efforts seem to go unreciprocated. Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, OP. You're valid. It hurts, doesn't it? But this was not the time to bring something like this up. Like, in certain situations, you gotta, like, the let them theory, you know? Like, just let them. And I understand it's hurtful that you felt left out and stuff like that, but like, at the same time, it's like, shit happens. And there was a different time that you could have brought this up. I would have brought it up after the wedding, honestly. But anyways, here are some of the comments. What do you mean that they can do whatever they want for their wedding to a point? There is no to a point. They can do whatever they want. Sounds like you've grown apart and you don't want to accept it. Sucks, but just move on. I hate to agree. I mean, I kind of actually miss that. Like, to a point. Unfortunately, like, they are allowed to do whatever they want. It is their wedding. It's their choice. It's just like, this kind of is absolutely so unbelievably common. I know for a fact that most brides do their best to accommodate everybody, but it is impossible to accommodate every single person and whatever they want. want. I'm sure she tried to accommodate, but also like maybe we all need to come to terms with the fact that like sometimes we drift apart from people. I personally regard my best friends as people that I'm talking to like daily. Like if we're not regularly checking in, like we're on phone calls, we're catching up, you literally know everything that's going on in my life. I know everything that's going on in yours. Like we're sending each other memes, like it's constant communication, you know what I mean? But if it's one of those things where it's like we were best friends, we chat sometimes, like let's be honest with where the relationship is and be done with it, okay? Like it's okay. So I don't mean this meanly, but when you were about 23, you moved and the two of them lived together. That's a pretty crucial age range and it sounds like they bonded, like you note, but I don't think you're acknowledging how far apart you've grown. It sounds like they want their closest people they love around them. Unfortunately, that doesn't include you. It doesn't mean they hate you or don't care about you, but you've all grown apart. Save your energy and pride and find new friends. I didn't think that she needed to find new friends. I think that the bride in the story cared about OP, but they just weren't as close anymore. I'm sure OP would have been invited to the reception, you know? And like the timing of bringing it up is just really not fair. You told her you'd be upset if her close friend was involved in the ceremony. That's where you cross the line. That's the kind of controlling part to me. Like if you do this, then I'm gonna be mad. Like that's... Listen, I love you, bestie. Your feelings are valid. You're not wrong for being hurt. I think that you're wrong for how you expressed your hurt. But guys, we actually do have an update. Update. Am I wrong for being hurt that my best friend doesn't want me at her wedding? Hi, all. I couldn't figure out how to edit my original post, so I've included the link above. Thank you to everyone who gave support or kindly offered their opposing view. It helped me gain some insight into my friend's side and ways I can improve. For context, we're all in our mid-20s. The small update is that she agreed to talk to me over the phone tomorrow after I get off work. I will try to update how that conversation goes if I have time. I would like to clarify some things in the comments. I included more screenshots in this post to see the text from where I originally asked her about coming to celebrate the weekend of her courthouse wedding. This is when the initial misunderstanding happened, and looking back at the messages, I can see where the confusion came from. We both thought we were on the same page when we were not. I would like to emphasize that the only reason I asked about visiting the weekend of the wedding is because she had asked me the same thing when my husband and I were thinking about doing a courthouse thing. I had told her yes, but we ended up having a traditional wedding. In my wedding, BFF and my friend C were co-maids of honor. BFF's fiancé was a groomsman. Also, I never asked about being a part of the ceremony itself. A lot of you had issue when I said I agreed with her to a point. I explained what I meant in the comments, and others also commented who did understand my intended meaning. Some also said that our shared history and the amount of time we've been friends doesn't matter, that it's about the quality of the friendship. Time and quality are related. It's hard to achieve anything of value without putting in both the time and the effort. These past 1.5 and 2 years make up less than 20% of our friendship. I believe that other 80% was a quality friendship and shouldn't be so quickly thrown away. She said she saw me like a sister, and I felt the same. Lastly, our 10+ year friendship has been more long distance than not. Sometimes I moved away, sometimes she did. She's lived in 3 different states as an adult, and I've lived in 5. Before BFF moved in with C, BFF lived about 4 hours away in another state, and C lived 5 hours away in the same state as me, but the opposite side. Her fiance lived in between me and C. We tried to see each other about once a quarter and chatted online often. This BFF and C were previously roommates while I lived in a different state, and we were still able to maintain a certain level of closeness. Let's read the text messages. Hey, I had a question regarding your wedding and whatnot. I remember you saying you're doing the courthouse thing in January with just parents. I was thinking that my husband and I could fly out to do a mini celebration with y'all either right before or right after the courthouse thing. If you want to keep the whole thing strictly parents though, I completely understand. What are your thoughts? Hold on, I'm at a doctor's appointment. I'll get back to you in a bit. No worries, take your time. Okay, finally finished my appointment. That would be fun for you to visit. The wedding date is February blank. I don't know how long you would want to visit. We can talk more in detail about it when blank is visiting. Hey, when are you getting married at the courthouse? It was sometime in February, right? February blank. We talked about you guys visiting after the wedding, right? I was thinking we could fly out that weekend. The weekend, as in you'd fly on Friday the 20th? Yes. I still need to look at flights though to see what would make sense. Okay, so wait, so she told you, I'm assuming that this date, the wedding date, I thought we discussed you coming after the wedding when me and my new husband are settled. The timing will be better for you guys to come and spend time with us. Okay, so she's very clearly saying no. I had asked about coming to celebrate with you guys the weekend of, not just a random visit. Okay, but like unless she's expressly invited you, I don't know why you're like trying to like insert yourself though, babe. It would be one thing if she had invited you, but like, even if she didn't have other friends that were coming, like she probably has plans, like with her family. Yeah, you're kind of inviting yourself. Just saying. I'm being a little pushy. I'm guessing the airport is even smaller than the other one, right? It would be hard for us to fly into that one. Okay, again, we won't have time during the weekend though. My fiance doesn't get a lot of vacation time and doesn't get to see his parents, and I'll be moving my things in boxes. That weekend will be too busy with everything. I don't want you guys to fly to visit us and it'd be a waste of your time. The best time to see us would be a weekend or two after. You could still fly into this airport. It would be something picking you up there and you guys driving to blank. And then OP says, I'd rather come visit then during a better time of year in Idaho, or even help subsidize the three of you coming out here. I just knew I would be hurt seeing pictures of that. Okay, and I'm assuming then that's when you kind of got mad at her. Is it helpful context? I don't know entirely if it changes how I feel, honestly. Like maybe it was a miscommunication, but at the end of the day, she's also telling you like, please don't come. I'd prefer if you didn't. And you know, you can take that personally and you're valid for taking it personally, but at the same time, it is her wedding. So yeah, people in the comments are still saying like, yeah, you are honestly still being pushy. Like she's very clearly telling you no, and you're telling her that you're gonna be hurt seeing her pictures from that weekend. You're making it about you, okay? It's not about you. Just for future reference, everybody, like, it's not about you. Moving on. Am I the a-hole for kicking my best friend and her boyfriend out of my house? My boyfriend, now fiance, have been living together for a little over a year. We got pregnant in late 2024. In the summer of 2025, I was approximately 30 weeks pregnant with my son. I was already having some issues with my pregnancy, especially severe pain if I was standing too long, usually 45 minutes to an hour. This is important to know. My best friend and her boyfriend were in a bad situation back at his home, and we decided to let them move in with us for a little bit, with some rules. 1, when the baby comes, we need our space back. It's a huge adjustment as new parents. 2, clean up after yourselves. You're adults. 3, make sure you pay rent. A small amount, not much, $250 a month combined. Our mortgage is over $1,500. 4, get a job. Sounds pretty reasonable, but let me guess. Didn't go well. I thought these were reasonable and they agreed. They moved in shortly after. Everything was okay for about 1 to 2 weeks, and then it went downhill. Her boyfriend kept walking around the house in just his underwear, showing no respect for me or my now fiance. We both asked plenty of times to stop. He never did. Okay. They were constantly arguing and fighting all the time. They ended up screaming at each other and slamming doors a handful of those times, even in the middle of the night as my fiance and I were trying to sleep since he had work in the AM. Ooh. No bueno. This is so inconsiderate. I cannot stand it when couples fight in front of me. Like, I hate it so much. Oh my God. Then the mess started. Stove would be left on if I left the house. Oh, okay, no, danger. Danger, danger, danger. Our table and chairs would be sitting in the center of our kitchen after they moved them. They'd leave pots and pans and all these dishes either in the room or directly next to an empty sink, not in the sink. The stove would be atrocious. They rinsed their full bowls of food in the sink and clogged it. Clothes and mop buckets would be left out. They'd mix dirty dishes with clean dishes when they decided to use the dishwasher. Oh, absolutely not. Oh my God. As a Virgo, like, I can feel my cortisol rising as I'm reading that paragraph. Okay. I, at this point, was in mid 30 weeks pregnant, was constantly cleaning up after them. Oh, bestie, no. Putting myself in extreme pain to the point that I started bleeding and puking. Oh, girly pop. Oh no. To the ER I went. Me and the baby were fine, thankfully. Oh yeah, no, they gotta go. I talked to them multiple times about this. It never got fixed. They never got jobs. They never paid anything. Giggitied numerous times and left stains and their mess and toys in plain sight in our bathroom. Ew, 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 ew. My mom and siblings were here for a little bit too, and the youngest being 10 years old. Oh, ew, 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 ew. Eventually I told my fiance because I couldn't do it anymore. He told them it had to stop or they had to leave. Newsflash. Still didn't stop. No, je téléphone à la police at this point. Hello, oui. You will come and to pick up these disgusting people at my house. They are leaving shit everywhere, and the toys, and they are nasty people. And I am pregnant, and I do not want to see them anymore. Oui, thank you very much. See you soon. Like, I realize I don't know French, so I'm just doing a French accent. I gotta sound like Jean Chrétien when I do a French accent. Yes, I am the only Canadian that doesn't speak French. Okay, so I went into labor in the hospital for 5 days after delivery due to hypertension, which is high blood pressure.
Doctor?
She texted me asking where I went. I said I was having my son and we'd be home in a few days. Please remember the expectation I set before you guys came. I come home and they're still there. The kitchen was wrecked. I started crying and freaking out because it was disgusting and I knew I'd have to clean it. My fiance took care of all of that while he was on paternity leave, yay. I'm sorry, but at this point, like, I'd be throwing hands. I'd be calling the police. Like, I don't understand why you're letting it get this way. Come on. I know you're pregnant and but like, come on. Police. I don't even know if you can call the police in this instance, but like, husband's gotta be a little more threatening, you know? You know what I mean though, right? Like, why are we just letting this happen? We kept telling them it's time to go. You've had 6 weeks to figure this out. Then my fiance went back to work and the mess started again. So here I am, freshly postpartum, still healing and bleeding and breastfeeding, trying to take care of myself, blood pressure, and my new son. I was still cleaning the messes up. I'd be breastfeeding and her boyfriend would walk downstairs and say, ew, ew, cover yourself up, that's gross. Oh, absolutely not. No. At this point, you literally need to take their shit and put it outside and change the locks, girl. Come on. Stand up, babe. Then I freaked out. I called my fiance and said they had to leave. Now, my blood pressure was through the roof, deadly levels. We all sat down that night and told them they had to go or we'd be going to the authorities. They finally left at 3 a.m. the following morning. She was pissed at me, telling me how could a best friend do this to another, leave them homeless and on the streets? How could a best friend stress another best friend out so much, a pregnant best friend, that they had to go to the hospital and still refuse to do anything she asked? So, am I the a-hole for kicking them out because they were literally gonna kill me for my blood pressure and making it super difficult for a heavily pregnant girl to live life? I don't even think you needed like the last sentence, honestly. Like, they were gonna kill me. Like, point blank, they were being really disrespectful and you made rules and they didn't abide by them. So no, you're not the a-hole. Like, duh. This person is not your friend. I know, sometimes I read these stories and I'm like, what do you mean? I guess there are people who are telling OP that like, she's such an a-hole, she should have stuck it out. She's in the comments and saying like, oh, I should have been patient and dealt with it because they were my guests. I should have accommodated them and do what they want. But like, why though? They're not accommodating her. That's the people pleasers that are saying that shit. But even then, like, people pleasing, like, those are just pushovers. I'm glad that they left when they did, honestly, because like, you could have had a very serious situation on your hands where they're like squatters and like, it's actually very difficult to get people to leave once they're staying in your house. I'm glad that it worked out. It could have been a lot worse. I personally think that you should have had that sit down way, way, way before. But I'm glad they left and that you can live in peace now. You can have your baby and have quiet and everything. So no, you're not the a-hole. I understand you feel bad about putting your friend out on the street, but like, they really should have thought about that before they were incredibly disrespectful and didn't do anything you asked. So am I the a-hole for dropping out of my best friend's bridal party and ruining an 11-year friendship? My best friend did not make me maid of honor. I was a little sad and shocked, but that is okay. The day is not about me. Okay, remember that this is the right way to handle this. You are valid for feeling the way that you feel. I've been in similar situations, but unfortunately, you don't make it about you, okay? The day is not about me, but then she tells me she doesn't think the maid of honor would plan the bachelorette because she's too shy and basically implied she didn't trust her with the plans. So she wanted you to plan the bachelorette, even though you're not the maid of honor. Okay. I was even more upset because at this point it just seemed disrespectful, but I thought I love her and I will give her the day that she wants. She communicated that she wanted me to run any ideas by the maid of honor. She asked me to make the group chat instead of the maid of honor. She asked me to initiate the conversation. She would confide in me about things she wanted in her wedding. Okay. I mean, it kind of sounds like she like wants you to be her friend when it's convenient for her, but doesn't reciprocate feeling like she's your best friend. What am I trying to say? You see what I'm saying? Is it like translating? I don't know. Anyways, she wants the benefits of you believing that you're her best friend without... I'm having a brain fart. without giving you the honor of maid of honor. I messaged the maid of honor privately several times to try and get her to get things going and run things by her. She left me on red several times and then finally told me to start messaging the group for these things. I started messaging the group as per her request. We only communicated via the group. 3 months before the set bachelorette date, the maid of honor tries to move her bachelorette to the dead of winter, 5 months away from her actual wedding date, because she couldn't clear her schedule within the next 4 months. She was overall being a terrible maid of honor, and my friend confided in me about this. The bride called me crying about how unimportant she feels and how she really is upset no one is willing to shell out their money or time, specifically the maid of honor. She said at this point she would rather have no bachelorette than get stuck in a snowstorm. I mean, I feel like this could have been avoided if you were chosen to be maid of honor. I'm just saying. It's her choice at the end of the day. I mean, I don't mean to be petty about it, but God, this reminds me of one time where my friend got married and I thought that we were best friends and stuff like that. And I was feeling kind of sad that I wasn't a bridesmaid, but it is what it is. And then it turns out that her bridesmaid didn't even show up to her wedding. And I was there, I was doing her makeup on her wedding day. I was bummed out about it. I'm not gonna lie, I was bummed out. I was I'm here doing your makeup, giving nice speeches about you, here all day with you, and the person that you chose didn't even come to your wedding, buddy. Anyways, again, I didn't say anything about it. It still upset me, but I didn't say anything. And by the way, I feel like she kind of watches this channel sometimes. Love you. I didn't say anything, okay? I didn't say anything, but just know I was hurt. Carrying on, I tried to hint at the maid of honor to understand that the bride was upset and didn't want a bachelorette in January, but it wasn't working. I finally sent the she's actually very much against doing it in January and doesn't want us to pay tons, to not even go outside or be snowed in. She does want her girls to be there, but she also wants people to put in a little more effort to accommodate her. It is hurtful that no one is willing to sacrifice a day, weekend, or money to make things work the way she wants. We should be working to move our schedules, not trying to make her move her bachelorette 5 months before her wedding in the middle of winter. It's really inconsiderate, to be honest. This message released absolute chaos and put tension on the whole bridal party. Oof. Okay. Yeah. Awkward. Bridal party reached out to the bride and she did a 180. She told me I overstepped, started putting words in my mouth, and tried to make it seem like I was crazy. I beg your finest pardon. Were you not the only person who was looking out for her interests? She wouldn't admit to asking me to take on these roles. She acted like I made up those messages and just wanted control. Oh, absolutely not. You did not put yourself in the line of fire for this She just started straight lying. Oh no. I would literally copy and paste. I would literally screenshot and send it to the group chat. She pretended like I had been overstepping the entire time and said I was over planning. A week went by because I felt space and in person would make this conversation more approachable. I invited her out to dinner and this girl doubles down on how the bridal party has full rights to hate me and it will take time while telling me I need to get over it because it's been a week and I'm being selfish. Okay, so you need to get over it, but everybody else has time to get over it. Got it. She then starts saying I'm jealous. Oh, not the J word. That she has friends. And I'm like, girl, this has nothing to do with you having friends, but the fact that you put me in a hard situation and turned on me. That's all I'm trying to talk about. She just kept lying and making up stuff while I'm trying to have a legitimate conversation. After talking in circles at the restaurant, I sent her a text that told her it's best I step down because I don't even know who she is right now. A part of me feels shitty because it's her day, but she also is legitimately gaslighting me and pretending I made stuff up. Am I the a-hole for saying something that the bride communicated to me? Am I the a-hole for not letting the bride's betrayal go? She's kind of being really mean to you. I'm not gonna lie. It's one thing to downgrade you and make you feel like you're not her friend. And again, it's her choice. But at the end of the day, it's it is what it is. I would just remove myself, you know? Okay, well, I'm not gonna, it's fine. I'm just not gonna include myself then. It's almost like she's to you about everybody else, and then she also to everybody else about you. And they're all she's just over here and over there. Oh man. Yeah, I would want to remove myself. This is a very toxic kind of situation. She doesn't really seem to value your friendship at all. It's one thing to kind of like, you know, not accommodate you with regards to like, you know, she didn't make you maid of honor. Okay. That's at the end of the day, that's her choice. Sometimes it's a tough call, but I feel like you're the only person that's doing what she asked and putting her feelings first, and she's not doing the same thing for you. And it's like, I don't know. I would also kind of feel like, okay, well, I thought I wasn't maid of honor. Like, I don't know why you're like, you know, I'm just along for the ride, you know? Anyways, am I the a-hole for dropping out of your best friend's bridal party and ruining an 11-year friendship? I think in this instance, I think she's being a bridezilla, and I think that you're valid for like not wanting to be a part of that. I think there's a difference between what's going on here and like the other story in this video. Like, let's not treat people with absolute cruelty. Like, yes, we have like, it's our wedding and our day, but like, let's not be an asshole about it, okay? There's certain things that you're gonna have to be an asshole on, like choosing a maid of honor, choosing who's in your bridal party, picking where people are sitting, choosing who to invite, et cetera, et cetera. But like, let's like past that. It's like, okay, let's not be like rude to people who are like just trying to accommodate us, you know? So I'm gonna go with not the a-hole, but oh wait, hang on. Let's ask the audience. People are saying post the screenshots. I agree. Watch the bomb drop. Oh, but then she'll have no friends though. I mean, you very well could post screenshots that show her talking shit about all her bridal party friends. Just saying. But like, do you want that like karma? I don't know. Is it deserved? Is that her getting her karma? Maybe, but like otherwise it becomes this vicious cycle of like, take your karma, me get my karma, you get your karma, you know? Not the a-hole. If you have any of the bride's messages, drop them in the group chat and block them all. I hope she has the wedding she deserves. Everyone's really petty in this comment section. Not the a-hole. She threw you under the bus and keeps doubling down. Step out of the wedding and out of her life. She sounds toxic. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think that you need to like drop the text messages. I think that you can remove yourself for sure. I think it's going to implode on its own. I don't think that you need to do anything, honestly. Like, as entertaining as it is, the thought of it. No, but no. Okay, like, come on. Let's not stoop, you guys. Okay. Yeah, Dunzo. Enough. Settle. Order in the court. Okay? No, you're not the a-hole. It's decided. But depending on whether or not you want to drop the screenshots, you might be the a-hole. But like, is being in the a-hole so bad? Whoopsie. Sometimes you need to be the a-hole. I'm just saying. Here's one that's gonna ruffle some feathers. Am I overreacting? My friend was 2 hours late. Go on. So my friend and I made plans earlier in the week to hang out for dinner on Saturday. She texted me at noon on Saturday saying she's getting drinks with a friend and we go out at 9. So wait, you had plans and then she made other plans that she didn't invite you to and decided to move your plans. I didn't think it was a big deal and said, oh, my beauty light, Oh God, that was a close one. I didn't think it was a big deal and said sure. Then it gets pushed to 9:30, then 10, then 11. I know you know how I feel at this point. I added the screenshots so you can see the timeline, but I sat in my car outside the bar for an hour and a half and then went home. Oh no. I shouldn't have waited so long, but I've been having a really tough time and was so excited for this and spent ages getting ready. We've been friends for 10 years and she has never been this bad with timing. We also never really argued. I was frustrated because I wasted my Saturday night after declining invitations to see other people. I feel like she pushed me aside for her other friend and I just drove home and cried. I feel so alone and unimportant. Oh, baby girl. No, this is really messed up. Like, I understand that she's never been late before, but like she literally just like left you hanging, like didn't care about the fact that you were waiting for her. Like, I would be so mad. Like, would this be friendship ending? I don't know, but I would be really mad. It would depend on whether or not that friend like apologized or not. Like, if that friend refused to apologize and just like gaslit me after like I got mad at her for being 2 hours late, or like honestly it kind of sounded like she didn't even show up at all. You just went home. So she just ditched you. Yeah, it would really depend on how that friend would react. But like, let's see. Let's read the text messages. It'll be like 9:45. Oh my God, sorry, can we do 10? Sure. Do you want to meet us here? I don't know what time we'll be done. We're getting one more drink. Sure, where are you? Don't hate me. I feel like blank is venting. Can we meet at 11 p.m. for sure? And maybe it'll be a good time when there's more people. Girl, I'm already here. Oh my God, sorry. I was getting a tarot card reading. Okay, me and friend are going to debrief really quick. I'm going to tell her we had plans and you'll be meeting us. I mean, you literally should have said that before. I'm at a speakeasy inside an Italian restaurant. It is called, sorry, give me 20 minutes. Please don't hate me. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad at time. Girl, it's fine, but I've been sitting in my car for an hour and it sucks. Are we meeting at 11? Yes. Do you want to come to this bar? Honestly, no. I thought we were going and I've been sitting here for an hour. I think I'm going to go home. Sorry, don't hate me. I'll be there in 20. I'm driving home. Don't hate me. I'm sorry. I can come to your house if you want. For what? Are you mad? I know I f***ed up. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm always pretty chill about being late and plan changes, but truthfully, I'm upset about tonight. I declined other plans just to sit in my car for over an hour after already waiting an hour because you pushed it back while you bailed on me for someone else. I had a really bad week and I needed my friend, but clearly I'm not a priority to you. You are a priority, and I know I've done this many times of overbooking plans. Okay, so this is not the first time. Because I think things will work out and then they don't, and they blow up in my face, just like they did today. Knowing and thinking that hangouts with other friend are usually short because she calls the night short, I really thought that was going to be the case again. Like, are we not telling our friend? Like, I don't understand how you double book. Like, how do you double book this? Let's just bank on the fact that this hangout's only gonna be 20 minutes and like not tell her that I have other plans. No, absolutely not. Like, what the I'm sorry, you had plans already. And then when this other friend wanted to make plans with you, you should have said, hey, I already have plans. Maybe we can all do something together, but like, just so you know, like I have plans. Like maybe we could do it another day, or if you don't mind, maybe we can all hang out. Yeah, it's also the fact that like you weren't included in these other plans, despite the fact that she ditched you for those plans. Me no likey. And it wasn't, she had a lot on her mind and I was trying to be a good friend. Then we got the tarot card read and got another drink and it just took longer. And again, it just kind of blew up in my face. And I'm so sorry. I don't want you to think I'm not prioritizing you. I just need to be better and not making so many plans, thinking it's all going to work out. You know I cherish and love you so much. I have a lot of bad habits and issues I need to work on. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I appreciate her apologizing profusely, but like at the same time, it's like this seems to be like a repeat problem with her. So like you can accept the apology this time, but if she does it again, I would like not hang out with this person again. Like that it really genuinely is that serious. You knew I was in the restaurant and sat there for an hour and a half and you still never told your other friend that you had to go. That's a very good point. Obviously spending time with her was more important and you didn't even tell me. You just kept saying 20 minutes and then not showing up. So that doesn't really feel like being prioritized. You know what? When you put it like that, like you were absolutely valid. Like she knew that you were honestly, this reminds me of something. This has fully happened to me before, only I wasn't alone. I was with somebody else and I wanted, like the plans were that we were gonna meet up and then my friend just literally let me wait there for like 2 hours and so we just left. But the difference is that friend gaslit me when I like was kind of annoyed about being ditched sort of, or like her not following through, and then she was like gaslighting me and like I didn't speak to her for like a really long time after that. I will say that I appreciate that this friend seems to be like really sorry, but I don't love the behavior in general. Like you can be sorry, but like if someone keeps like doing this sort of thing and like not taking you seriously and not prioritizing you, I would distance myself for sure. I don't think you're overreacting at all. She wasn't 2 hours late. She never showed. She stood you up for another person. That's a very good point. She ditched you and knew that you were waiting for her the whole time. The text read she was prioritizing the other person's needs over you. You're valid to feel hurt by that. It's super inconsiderate as she knows you're waiting. I don't even understand how people are like okay with stuff like this. Like if I know that someone is waiting for me, I can't even use the public bathroom and take a shit. If I know that there's a lineup of people outside waiting to use the bathroom and I need to take a shit, I will not take a shit. Like I will stop myself from taking a shit. And I don't even know these people. Like they're random people. I would literally never see them in my entire life again. But I cannot stand the idea of someone like needing to pee and like waiting for me to poo. No. And then, oh my God, and then they have to use the stall after me and they stink. Oh my God, no, no. I can't. I literally don't understand how people can be this inconsiderate. Like it bothers me. So you can set some clear expectations and leave it up to her to show up. Yeah, I would say that like boundaries, again, like if take a little bit of time, but like just next time you two make plans, just be like, honestly, like if you're late again, I'm gonna be like kind of upset. So like if you could just please like show up on time, I would appreciate it. If she does, great. If this continues, consider creating some distance so you're less likely to be hurt and disappointed. If someone someone told me they were going to be late because they were getting a tarot card reading. I think it's a joke. Oh my God, so sorry, babe. I know you were waiting for an hour and a half. I was just like, I was getting a tarot card reading. Oh my God, that is super funny. Yeah, I wouldn't say you're overreacting at all. I would argue that you're kind of underreacting. But yeah, set some boundaries, and if she does it again, reconsidering this friendship. Am I the a-hole for ending a 35-year friendship because my friend is getting married before me? Gotta say, I don't know how I feel about that title, girl, but I'll hear you out. This is from the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. I, 50 female, am marrying my partner, 47 male, of over 10 years next year. We've been planning this wedding for about 2 years. Second marriage for my fiance and I. We will be having a destination wedding to our favorite place, May 9th, and then a few months later, a reception at home. Our wedding is planned to be a very small affair with close friends and family. Someone I have known most of my life, I'll call her Becky, 51 female, asked to officiate our wedding, as this is something she does and loves doing. However, my best friend asked if she could and obtained all the legal documents to do so. About a year and a half ago, I told Becky that my best friend would be doing the officiating. She proceeded to cry and tell me how hurt she is, how much it matters to be invited, and said when she got married, she wanted me to officiate her wedding no matter what. So, feeling like an a-hole, I caved and invited her. I did not plan to, but I didn't want drama, unironically. The time between now and then, she's not RSVP'd and has not even opened an email invite, yet continues to make comments about the fact that they will be there. Fast forward to this fall, Becky gets engaged with her longtime partner of 4 years, Tommy. First marriage for Becky, second for Tommy. Becky has befriended a friend of mine, Sarah, 38 female. Becky informed Sarah of their wedding date, January 2026, at her favorite place, making it a destination wedding. And they will have a reception in town in April, a few months later, like me. She's also planning a bachelorette party the week after mine. She asked Sarah to specifically not tell me the dates, maybe just to keep the destination wedding secret, but she's not sure. Clearly, Sarah told me. During all of this, I still haven't received an RSVP for anything. Mutual friends, mind you, our mutual friends are friends I have introduced her to, are stating how with my bachelorette party, wedding, and reception, they've had 2 years to plan and save for the wedding parties and wedding presents. But now this rushed wedding of Becky's feels financially straining. There's also questions about why everything is being rushed and has to be done before my wedding date. Ooh. I wouldn't be surprised if your friend Becky says that she can't come to your wedding now. I'm just saying. This is not the first time Becky has tried to invite my friends to her events around big events I've planned. I feel manipulated, for one. Everything she cried about in 2024 to get an invite has not happened, and it's been over a year. I feel my wedding ideas are being copied. I feel like she's competing with me for attention, the big moment, and the attention of our mutual friends. The ones I've talked to are telling me they feel the same, and Becky's not my friend. I feel at 50, I shouldn't even have to have this conversation, and these actions are on purpose. I'm lost on why she's doing this. Because planning a destination wedding, I do not have the time to attend any of her events she's squeezing in, and it's rude to even ask. I'm thinking about writing a text message after her wedding, simply stating this is how I feel, and I'm choosing to end the friendship and revoking her invites. I do not want to do it now because I don't want to cause problems for Sarah telling me. Am I the a-hole if I do that? It is interesting that she's choosing to do everything related to the wedding before you. You have the same mutual friends. I mean, it happens, you know, like it happens. It's just like it being a destination wedding, like two friends in the same friend group. It's going to be hard for people to go to both. Yeah, it's like, why the rush? You know what I mean? I like that you were going to wait till after the wedding. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like this is like, it's weird that these are, you know, you guys are 50, right? But this feels very odd and calculated. And I think that if you feel like something's going on, something probably is going on. I don't know. At the end of the day, it's like, I like that you want to wait till after her wedding to express your concerns. I think it's probably best if you do that, or just like don't say anything at all. I wouldn't be surprised if she like doesn't even show up to your wedding. I don't even think it's necessary to like have the conversation. I think that she's so focused on herself that you won't even need to talk to her about it. I don't think you are the a-hole, but you both seem to be obsessing over each other. Oh, hot take. Text her now, end the friendship, revoke the invite, and be done. This seems a weird two-way street of fixation. I mean, yeah, you've got got a point, maybe. It could be true. I don't know. This could be something petty or whatever. You don't know why she's having the wedding before you, but it doesn't really sound like this is that great of a friendship anyway. Like if you're feeling this type of way about her, sounds like it's probably best if you just end the friendship or just like stop talking to her, whatever. So are you the a-hole for ending a 35-year friendship because my friend is getting married before me? I mean, no, it sounds a little toxic though. So it's probably for the best you end it. Subscribe!